Hello! Today I've got another makeup tutorial for you. As you can obviously see, it's not going to be a very natural, casual look. This look was actually fully inspired by these wings. I bought them a while back, around the time of Halloween actually, there's quite some time back I know, at a gothic store here in Rotterdam. I think most gothic stores and costume stores and such, like, you know, Halloween stores probably also sell those. They were only 15 euros and I really wanted them, even though I had absolutely no idea where to use them, so I decided to use them for a video. So yeah, the idea behind this look is sort of an evil angel, fallen angel look. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet, but that's the general idea. So yeah, let's get started. This time I actually used a white foundation along with the palest foundation I have, which is the Maybelline Superstay in True Ivory. Because I wanted to be extremely pale, so I used one pump of the Maybelline foundation, followed by 3 pumps of the white foundation, but they're smaller pumps, so I think it was about 50-50. And then I just mixed it and started spreading it on my face with a fake beauty blender. As you can see, it's just seriously a ghostly pale shade now, which is actually what matches my neck the best in winter, honestly. But yeah, anyway, it actually gave quite a nice coverage. Like, the white foundation on its own isn't actually all that perfect, but combined with another foundation it actually does give a nice layer. Like, it doesn't go patchy as it does on its own. I also used it as a concealer with a extremely cheap brush that I once got off eBay. Also highlighted with it. The reason I'm using the foundation for it, by the way, is that I have absolutely no concealer that's paler than this shade. Then I used the translucent powder by Peggy Sage that I usually use. Applied quite a lot around my eyes to make sure that everything stays in place nicely. And also on the T-zone because, well, I have really oily skin, so otherwise it just goes very oily very quickly. Also, this powder actually does make the foundation look paler despite it being translucent. Like, it's still, like, in the jar it's white, so yeah. You know, it still makes everything paler, which in this case is very good. Then I applied a complete overload of powder. I did not mean to apply this much powder. Like, the effect was great, but the whole cloud of powder around me was less great. Then I decided it was time for a short coffee break. And then moved on to actual color. I used the BH Cosmetics 120 color palette because, well, I just really wanted gray shades, and gray eyeshadow is pretty difficult to find in my opinion. At least I don't encounter good ones very quickly. So yeah, I just use these and just use multiple grey and black ones on what I can only describe as a very large pencil brush. Like, there's no name on it, I have no idea what they originally intended it to be used for. Once bought it off Born Pretty store, they didn't give much of an explanation either. But yeah, during actually a one tool makeup challenge, I actually discovered that it's very good for contouring, so that's what I use it for. Also contoured slightly around my nose. I did make it darker later on, but I decided to just start out with a very pale shade because I wasn't sure how dark I would want it to be. And it's easier to make it darker than to make it paler later on. Same goes for the jawline. And then with the same eyeshadows I started to make veins. Just using a eyeliner brush by Sigma. And there's really no science to this, it just has to look random and, you know, like I made them cross each other and all. And just pretty much did them all around my face. Also, like, pretty close to like the center of my face. I really wanted it to be dramatic and just very obviously there. Quite extreme. And as long as the lines are nice and wavy, it just, well, it's just really easy to do. Actually, like, the only part I had some issues with was around my chin because it's sort of difficult to see. And then I just blended some more black eyeshadow around my forehead. Just to make sure that, like, it doesn't look like the veins just randomly appear. I also contoured my nose a little bit darker. One plus of having a whole lot of powder on your face is that the blending of eyeshadow on the face goes very smoothly. And then also apply some more on my jawline. Then it's time for the eyes. I actually started out with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shades Black Bean. And what I do when it's very cold in my room and like the pencil is just way too hard to actually get onto the brush, is just hold it very carefully above a candle. Like, you know, a candle that's actually on fire. Just very carefully. Just I don't want the entire pencil to melt or catch fire. I don't know if it's even possible, but I don't want to find out. But I just do that very carefully so it melts slightly, so it's easier to blend. And I sort of just made a very grungy, smoky eye with a wing on it. Is really the only way I can describe it. And then I set that with the Catrice cake eyeliner just to make sure that the pencil stays in place, doesn't curl up or fold up, or, you know, just goes to places it shouldn't be. Also, it makes it even slightly darker, which is very nice. And then I added water to the cake eyeliner and created tears. The way I did this is just put a whole lot of water on the cake eyeliner, mix it a little bit, and then just put the murky water underneath my eyes. So pretty much I just made the brush, like it's the same pencil brush that I use for the veins. I just made it as wet as possible and then started dripping the cake liner water on my face. You can make it as dramatic as you want. I wanted it to be, well, originally I wanted to keep it subtle, and then I decided I don't want to keep it subtle, so I made it quite dramatic. So you can make more realistic tears or keep it smaller, or you could go all out and just drip it all over your chin as well and just go all extreme with it. I kept it sort of in the middle. And then went on to the scariest part, my eyebrows. I also used the cake eyeliner for that, and make one mistake and the entire makeup is ruined. Not to make anyone nervous. So yeah, the trick for me at least is to just not think about it too much and just do it. And then it actually went very smoothly. I was actually surprised by how smooth it went. Of course, if your eyebrows are naturally thicker or you don't tweeze them as much as I do, you know, just go with the shape of your eyebrows. Just, you know, what works for you. I wanted to do really thin eyebrows, and that actually works with how I tweeze my eyebrows. So yeah, that's what I did. And then, of course, try to make them look as even as possible. And then it's time for the waterline. I use the Estée Lauder Pure Color Kajal pencil. Partly because it actually stays on the waterline longer than the NYX pencil does, and also because the Jumbo Eye pencil just isn't very comfortable to use in a very tiny area, so close to the actual eyeball. So I just use this one on the waterline, both on the top and the bottom. And then I used a little bit of the cake eyeliner, dry again, to put it between my lower lashes so there's no gap of clear skin there. Just so everything looks nice and dark. And then I added mascara. This is the Yves Rocher Sexy Pulp mascara in black or Noir. It's French, so it probably says Noir. Anyway, it's a black one and I just applied a whole lot of it. One of the reasons I love this one is that it doesn't go clumpy ever. So yeah, I can apply as much as I want and it'll still look good. And then for my lips I use the Estée Lauder pencil again, as well as Black Gossip by Essence. If you can't find the Essence one, I'm not actually sure if they still even sell it, and even then they only sell it in like places where they have like a really large variation of Essence stuff. But I'm pretty sure that Urban Decay has one, and in the cheaper range I think that Makeup Revolution might have one as well. However, I don't know how good those are because I obviously don't have those, but alternatively you could also just use a black eyeliner, like a black eye pencil, and just put a little bit of lip gloss over that. Which would pretty much give the same look. And yeah, I just made my bottom lip a little bit smaller than usual, by the way, like a little bit less white, and my top lip a little bit more pointy, and then that's the final result. I really enjoy doing this look, like I really love doing extreme looks, and especially the evil looks, like it can't be Halloween always, but I can still do looks like this always, because I love them. So yeah, it was also a lot of fun to take photos of. It was actually raining outside, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye!